Hello my friends, this is Dan McDonald, the LifeRegenerator. Thanks for joining me. I got another dedication video for my friend Steve. Steve hooked me up with a big old wad of cash to do a bunch of dedication videos, so I'm doing that for him because he's A, good friend, and B, I am a businessman also. But not as much as a person as I am who wants to see you get healthy. And I've been very passionate about health for a really long time. I've read every book I could ever get my hands on about anything that made any sense at all, from the whole genre, the blood diets and the whole raw food diets and the fasting and everything in between, the bean diet, the grapefruit diet, the grape diet. You know, I've read it all. I've studied endocrinology and physiology and anatomy, as I am very interested in anatomy as well, and I myself have been a health seeker for the better part of my whole life, in one form or another. Many of those forms were not very healthy, but I had to try them out to prove to myself that they didn't work. Anyways, this video is dedicated to Arnold, who is a friend of Steve's, and I just want to tell you at the very beginning that Steve really cares about you, Arnold, and he wants to see you get healthy. So he asked me to do this dedication video. It's my understanding that you had a lap band surgery, and I know there might be a few people out there who have had that or considered it. I know that that works for some people for short term, and maybe even for some people for the long term. But what we try to do on this channel is go for a really long-term permanent solution to not only, we don't really look at it as weight loss on this channel, we look at it as the gaining of health. And when we gain health, we don't really look at reaching a certain point and then stopping what we're doing. We look at health on this channel as something we do from this day forth until the rest of our lives. That's the way I look at it. In one form or another, I do hope that I am continually getting healthy. There may be a day when I just stop thinking about the food so much. After I've, you know, I've got it down pretty good. Most of my friends here know that I'm 100% raw vegan at this time. And the reason why I myself am 100% raw vegan is because I'm working on the detox process, because I did a lot of things in my past that were not very good. So I personally have never been overweight, but I had a lot of mental institution. I've been in and out of mental institutions, and I've had a lot of mental issues, and I've suffered from a broken heart, from a lifetime of abuse. So that was kind of my sickness personally, and so I use the raw foods as an energetic pathway for myself to bring energy and life into my body. Now, as far as like the lap band surgeries and the weight loss, maybe Krista will put up a link to Crosspecans channel, who was going to have she was going to have some kind of surgery on her stomach, and she said, "Is this diet going to help me?" And I sent her my phone number and I said, "Please call me, because this diet will help you." I mean, this is the diet that has helped a lot of people. It's not really a diet, it's a way of life. It's a raw food, fruits, vegetables, soaked nuts and seeds. It's very simple. It's almost primitive in the sense of primitive even before the humans began to eat meat and cook foods. So some people, when they refer to primitive, they think, oh, just the last 10,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 years. Well, or give or take a few 100,000 years. But before that, what were the species doing that we were like? They obviously didn't have the use of fire, so before that they must have had something even more primitive, which would have been what we are reverting back to now out of desperation, is a raw food diet, because the foods that are loaded with preservatives, chemicals, and different types of metabolic disruptors. Okay, that's something I've been trying to bring up on this channel. Like an apple is very low in metabolic wastes and metabolic disruptors. It goes into the body, it energizes, it keeps the colon clear, and it's eliminated easily. You get a lot of water, you get a lot of vitamins, minerals, and then out it comes really easily. It doesn't get stuck. A lot of the foods that we're eating these days, which are processed foods, are actually really loaded with a lot of things that disrupt the function of the endocrine glands and disrupt the function of cells. And so what we're trying to do here, if we want to like lose weight and get healthy, is we're trying to get as much of those cellular disruptors as possible, because you don't find diseases in healthy cells. Go ask your doctor, anybody. Hello, doctor, do you find diseases in healthy tissue? And the doctor will be like, well, no. So, but what they haven't understood yet at this time, doctors in the medical paradigm, is that you can create healthy tissue. And when you have healthy tissue, then you won't be having issues with overweight and what the world calls diseases, which are obstructions to the function of cells. Okay, so for me, I've spent my whole time, on this diet just trying to generate cellular energy. And I got to tell you, I'm a gazillion times happier, and it might be, I don't think I'm going to end up in any mental institutions. I learned how to play the game, you know what I mean? But I've also gotten very happy, very content, very energized from this raw food diet. And the further that I keep on going down this road of simple fruits and vegetables, because I've been through the gamut of all the fancy stuff, and you name it, I've been there. I've done the supplements, I've done the chocolate, I've done the gourmet, and common sense and a burning desire to be as healthy as I can brought me right back to the fruits and vegetables. And I'm not saying all supplementation is bad or all superfoods are bad or anything like that, but I don't think it's wise to base the diet on the superfoods or anything like that. So what I like to do to suggest to people that want to lose weight and not have to have these surgeries and stuff, or if they've, like, I think in my understanding is that the lap band is reversible. You can take it off. So I think that if you adopt this diet of high fruits and vegetables, which is fruits, whole fruits, and different fruit and vegetable juices, smoothies, and salads, and also soaked nuts and seeds for pâtés, dips, and rolls and things like that, you can get your weight down. You can get your body very healthy. I'm in a very healthy state right now after 2 weeks of detoxing at my mom's on a no fat fruit and green juice diet, and I'm continuing on the path of the green juice diet for myself to really alkalize, cleanse, energize cells. So if anybody wants to lose weight and get healthy and stay healthy for life, just think about how you're going to energize your cells. Are you going to energize your cells with ding-dongs and bread and cooked oatmeal? Which, they report it to being healthy, but if you look at cooked oatmeal in a bowl and you turn the bowl upside down and it's still sticking in there, do you really want all that stickiness in your guts? Not really, because it'll block you up and then you won't have assimilation of nutrients. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get assimilation and utilization of nutrients. And the best foods that assimilate, nutrify, and energize are fruits, vegetables, herbs, soaked nuts, and seeds. And so, you can do this. Anybody can do this. Anybody can energize, alkalize, detoxify, and regenerate their body with the simple natural foods that don't have the chemicals that screw your body up. That's why all the women have the breast cancer and the men have the testicle cancer and the cancers everywhere throughout everybody's body, because all these glandular disruptors, cellular function disruptors. So what we do on a raw food diet is we go back to the source, and by eating a raw food diet, we're eliminating so much of the foods and the chemicals that cause people's problems in their bodies. So let's detoxify, let's alkalize, and let's regenerate our lives on every single level: physical, emotional, mental. Thank you, Arnold. I hope that you learned something from this. If you need to contact me, you go ahead, buddy. Steve, thank you very much. And all my friends out there, I love you. Thank you. Bye-bye.